Have you ever noticed something strange about your inner life? Sometimes you know what is right, yet another part of you pulls in the opposite direction. You want to be patient, but anger rises. You want to forgive, but pride refuses. You want peace, but your mind keeps chasing control. This inner struggle is one of the most universal human experiences, and spirituality explains it in a simple way. Within every person, there is a tension between ego and spirit. The ego is the part of the self that forms around identity, control, and self-protection. It is concerned with recognition, comparison, and status. The ego constantly asks questions like, how do I look to others? Am I winning? Am I losing? Am I being respected? The ego fears loss. It fears humiliation. It fears being ignored. Because of this, the ego often pushes people toward pride, jealousy, competition, and resentment. But there is another dimension inside you, the spirit. The spirit is the part of you that seeks truth, peace, and alignment with God. While the ego wants control, the spirit desires understanding. While the ego reacts quickly, the spirit responds with wisdom. While the ego seeks validation from others, the spirit seeks harmony with what is right. This is why spiritual growth sometimes feels uncomfortable. As awareness grows, you begin to notice when the ego is operating. You notice when pride is speaking. You notice when fear is driving decisions. And sometimes the truth about ourselves can be difficult to face. But this awareness is not punishment. It is the beginning of transformation. When you recognize the voice of ego, you gain the power to step back. Instead of reacting immediately, you pause, you observe, you choose differently. This is how spiritual maturity develops. Not by pretending the ego does not exist, but by learning not to let it rule your life. The ego will always try to protect itself. It will justify anger. It will defend pride. It will resist humility. But the spirit invites something deeper: patience instead of reaction, understanding instead of judgment, peace instead of control. And every time you choose truth over ego, something inside you becomes stronger. Your spirit becomes clearer. Your inner life becomes lighter. The battle between ego and spirit may never completely disappear, but with awareness, the balance begins to change. The spirit becomes the guide, and the ego becomes a voice that no longer controls the direction of your life. This is the quiet transformation that marks true spiritual growth.